Furious tourists who fell ill after staying at an Egyptian hotel where a fit and healthy British couple mysteriously died have shared shocking pictures of the catastrophically dirty resort. Since John and Susan Cooper suddenly died 2 weeks ago, dozens have complained about poor health and safety standards at the Stegenberger Aqua Magic Hotel in Hurghada. Photos sent to Mail Line show filthy sun loungers, dirty bathrooms, uncovered food and hazardous umbrellas propped up by screws. One video shows the swimming pool covered in grime with what appears to be mold gathered in the filter system. Michael Wasner, from Germany, fell ill at the hotel 3 weeks before the Coopers' sudden deaths sparked a mass evacuation of the complex. He told Mail Line, "The hotel is in a catastrophic condition and the cleanliness is terrible. Out of our group of 8, 4 of us were extremely sick. I cannot imagine that Mr. and Mrs. Cooper died of a natural death." Shared this article. Share Travel claims lawyer Nick Harris of Simpson Miller told Mail Line there is a clear pattern of poor hygiene causing illness at the hotel. He said, "I've now had German tourists contacting me saying they have been put on antibiotics to treat Shigella, a bacteria similar to E. coli. Clearly there's been an illness issue at this hotel, and they've tried to deal with it without closing so as not to impact finances. What the hotel really needs is to close its doors and have a deep clean." Hotel porters are now guarding the room the Coopers stayed in as investigations into how they died continue. Although officials insist their deaths were natural, others have speculated they were killed by water, food or pesticide poisoning. The Burnley couple's daughter Kelly Ormerod has insisted their deaths are suspicious. After the tragedy, Thomas Cook evacuated 300 British holidaymakers from the resort due to raised levels of illness. The company is still contacting evacuated customers to ask if they have fallen ill. So far 10 guests have reported sickness, but they won't be compensated beyond their full refund unless they can provide medical evidence. Thomas Cook CEO Chief Executive Peter Fankhauser last week met Egypt's Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouly to discuss the tragedy. The Egyptian Ministry of Tourism said fresh tests were due to be concluded this week, and the bodies will then be repatriated. A spokesman for the hotel said, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic death and all of our thoughts are with the family. In addition to our full support of the authorities, the tour operator and the franchise partner, we are highly engaged in running our own investigations concerning the tragedy. In respect for the family and the investigations of the authorities, we cannot comment on statements or pictures at the moment. As soon as more information from the authorities and from our investigation become available, we will fully respond on all your requests." Thomas Cook said, "We remain committed to doing everything we can to get to the bottom of what happened to Mr. and Mrs. Cooper. The circumstances of their deaths remained unclear and it would be inappropriate to comment further until the Egyptian authorities complete their investigation and the autopsy findings are known." The deaths bear similarities to that of Alison Sonics, 54, who died at another Egyptian hotel in April. Her husband had earlier noticed a strong smell. And in 2011, the deaths of 7 tourists, including 2 British pensioners at a hotel in Thailand, were linked to a banned pesticide used to treat bed bugs. My mum had a heart attack, and the whole family fell ill. Holidaymakers reveal their horrors of staying at the Aquamagic Hotel. Charlie Moore is owned by Deutsche Hospitality, a German company with dozens of luxury hotels across the globe. TripAdvisor and social media reviews show the Aquamagic has received numerous complaints over food poisoning and poor general hygiene in the past, but Thomas Cook said its review of the hotel in July showed nothing untoward. Since the news of the double deaths, dozens of Mail and Line readers have shared their past experiences of sickness at the hotel. Janet Simpson from Sheffield wrote, "My parents, who are both in their 70s, went in May 1828 for their holiday to the said hotel. Whilst on holiday, Mum was not feeling right and was tired all the time, as was Dad. They didn't think nothing of it as the temperature in May was really high. When back home in June, Mum had a heart attack and had to be admitted to hospital. After hearing the news of the same hotel resort now, Mum is believing that it could have been brought on by carbon monoxide that slowly got into hers and Dad's system. It's a great worry to think this could have happened." Jane Coxon wrote, "I stayed here about 4 years ago for 1 week and was really ill. I chewed a piece of raw chicken served in a sauce. It felt cold, so I spat it out and saw it wasn't cooked. I was ill for 2 weeks with diarrhea and a temperature and got awful stomach pain. I saw my GP at home and sent a sample away, which he said would be campylobacterosis, and I was told my stomach would probably always remain delicate. I complained to Thomas Cook, and after 4 months they refunded the cost of my holiday as compensation. I didn't realize I was entitled to so much more. I will never go to Egypt again," Brett Shemuel added. "I stayed at the hotel 2 years ago, and both myself and my partner were ill. I traveled with Thomas Cook as well. My partner, who is a diabetic, was in bed for 2 days with a bug whilst we were there." Bryony Allen wrote, "My best friend has recently got back from that hotel, and she spent 10 days out of 14 ill with vomiting and diarrhea. She was literally bedbound. She is 26 and fit and healthy, but it completely drained her. Everyone in the family was ill. Her mother-in-law was so bad she actually soiled herself on the plane." Line reviews of the hotel are not all bad, however, with many people saying they loved their stay there. One customer, Wayne Ogden, told Mail and Line, "We stayed at the hotel in April for 2 weeks. The hotel was excellent. The staff were great, especially with the children. The food and drinks was some of the best we have had from an all-inclusive resort. We would not hesitate to book again." Dieter Geiger, general manager at Aquamagic, released a statement to Mail and Line saying he was saddened by the deaths and dismissed speculation over food poisoning. Thomas Cook said the Stegenberger Aquamagic Hotel was last audited by Thomas Cook in late July 2018 and received an overall score of 96%.